Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here with Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and once again it's time for a full body workout. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below and drop me a comment, I would appreciate it. All right, today for the squats, instead of doing a top set with 405, I wanted to just work on some pause squats. And my reason for that, I really want to get deeper on those squats. As much as I like that, hey, I'm doing rep work with the 405, I want to start focusing on making sure that I hit deep depths, like the depth you saw right there on that pause. I want to get back to a 500 squat with that sort of depth. Okay, like that's the sort of goal that I have long term, and so I'm a little unhappy. Yeah, I know they would probably pass in powerlifting to some extent the reps I'm doing with the 405 or the 3-4 rep sets, some feds, but for my personal standard, it's not good enough. So I want to start doing more pause work on a lot of my days like this, and then build it up. And I just did 3 of them. I could have done more, but I wanted to just come in. I mean, I had a good squat workout Wednesday and Friday. There's still going to be some carryover happening from those top sets. But so I just wanted to get in and do some pause. So trying to do about a 5 count pause. Wanted to take them all the way down, kind of get used to all that positioning as I kind of rebuild that upper back strength with the rows. And pretty happy with it. So then I grabbed a side view on one of them just so that we can kind of see what's happening. We can see, what the ranges of motion look like, how deep I'm going. We're definitely, pretty dang deep. So for me, I pretty much want to drop to where I just sit my hamstrings down on the calves, right? Pretty much the goal. And of course I could always build hamstrings up further if I really wanted to help with that if I need to. But yeah, so I dropped down, as you guys can kind of see the depths. We're getting a nice deep position, pausing it, and then driving back up. So still going to get a good challenge from that. And even if I'm losing a little bit of the squat volume from those top sets, I'm getting deeper, so we're getting higher quality stimulus for those reps, and then I'm still doing the sled work at the end. And a lot of my leg size is from the sled work. Like my quads have been feel like they're getting bigger again. I look at certain angles and stuff with them, even when I look down. And I think it's the sled work back in is helping do that. The sled sprints are actually helping. So for the benching, we only got 3 reps. I've been getting triples. I managed to get 4 reps on Friday on the pause bench. I got 3 today, still felt good, but I just felt like, as far as these go, I didn't have that next rep, right? I was paused a little quick. Those pauses weren't real long, felt a little grindy. So it's like a little bit not there. But I feel like, again, it's been coming up. We've been making progress there. We're back to 4 good reps on Friday. So with a lot of that, just going to keep working it up. So we're back into making gains. We're going to have days where we're back where we were for a couple weeks. But overall, not bad. So I want to keep working on kind of building muscle as I recomp. I've been sitting at the same weight, so we're recomping a little. Like we're getting stronger on certain lifts at the same body weight. Belt's getting a little looser again, so I know that there's recomposition happening. So what I decided to do here was just bench volume. So again, I always like to do back off work on the bench. I've been slowly bringing the weight up. Down to the reps lower and lower, and was getting rep PRs. I'm like, let's just get some good pump work. Because the other thing I'm looking at, I'm doing heavy benching and heavy deadlifting, right? We're going hard 3 times a week, even with the pause squats. And then some of the days I'm going really hard sets of squats. 3 times a week. I want to be careful in not beating myself up. I'm not getting any joint pain. I want to keep it that way. So it's like let's change the reps a little bit, gets just some quality bodybuilding type work in it. So I dropped down to 225. I did 2 sets of 12, right? Most of it pause reps, some of it very soft touch and go. So my goal with this was to minimize leg drive. I'm like, let's just get in and build my chest, because I'm going to double down on triceps, right? As long as I figure I'll do 3 sets of bench all 3 days. That's 9 sets for my chest a week. That's plenty, especially when it's high quality work. We get a heavy set of bench and then back off work like this. My chest was lit up. It was challenging. All right, got 2 sets of 12 there. Pretty happy with that overall. So then I'm going to just hammer my triceps. Triceps are going to be the only thing I isolate now. But so I just want to work on the shoulder health, the upper back, and triceps. So let's come over to that. Lats, upper back, triceps are how I'm going to bring the bench back up. We're going to mess with it more west side type approach, because those guys still were all benching 500 raw plus. Deadlifts, we're still in that higher range. We've been getting triples with 500. I managed to get 5 finally on Wednesday, and then I got 3 with 505 on Friday. So I'm like, let's go 500 again. I managed to get 4 reps. 4th rep felt pretty hard. I probably could have squeezed out a 5th. So it was about a 1 rep in reserve, but it felt good. On the rows, some people are going to argue with this. The more I look at it, longevity in the game. As much as I like having a little body English on rows, you know what? I've also done really well in the past getting super strong at strict Pendlay rows like this, right? I've done really well in the past on my deadlifts. I get good deadlift carryover. So I also want to look at these and go, I don't necessarily want to use the body English. Go back to what I was doing a week ago where I went a little stricter. I got 2 sets of 10 going stricter, so I can kind of build with this a little bit. So what I want to do with everything. So I'm like, let's do pause squats. Let's do stricter rows. And the reason is I'm getting so much heavy loading from the heavy work. My benching is, I mean, that is the heavy top set of bench. That's a lot of work. I'm doing it 3 days a week. Heavy top set of deadlifts. Right, my upper and my lower body are getting beat pretty hard. I don't want to start developing overuse issues. Okay. And so I want to bodybuild a little more on a lot of this accessory stuff. So again, even if we're super strict like that, even if it's going a little lighter, I'm okay with it. I do well with that. People can argue all they want. I like cheat rows, but I also like strict rows. I feel they both work. So then I'm like, let's work the pull-ups back in now. I haven't done any. So let's leave the biceps alone and let's work in pull-ups. And so what I'm going to do with the pull-ups, I want to do them mostly from a dead hang. I like that wide grip. It really feels like it opens stuff up. So now I'm going to go back to working them in. I haven't done any for a couple weeks, just to focus on rowing. I'm like, let's get in and just do super strict. So notice these, I'm not going there. I just got a 10-pound plate. But after rowing and deadlifting, this is a lot. I feel that wide grip really opens my stuff up, though, at the bottom. And no, I can't go all the way up, but I can't even with a broomstick, or I can't do that with a lat pull down, and that's okay. So I just want to work on that. Let's just work on quality reps, working on the deep stretch, being super strict. Of course, the last, I got 8, and then the last set I only got like 6. But the idea, I'm trying to do most of the reps from the dead hang, everything controlled. Let's just focus on quality. This blows my back up anyways. I have people who love to argue that this style of wide grip pull up doesn't build it. They're like, it's a half, but it's not a half rep. That's as far as my scapula go with that grip. They're touching. And that's okay because it's stretching that bottom. Why does that matter? Because that's also where I can't get the lockout on the overhead press. So again, the wide grip pull-ups, all the strict rows, we're going to really double down on that upper and middle back. It's going to double down on the rear delts, traps, rhomboids, all that stuff I need to build up to get that shoulder mobility back where I want it and not overdo the front delts. I'm still very interior dominant, and I feel like that's been a factor. So again, it's going to be kind of that 2-to-1 idea. We only do 3 sets of pressing and then, in this case, 5 sets of pulling today. 2 different angles. So I'm going to just double down, build that whole upper back further and further, get it stronger. Everything's slow and controlled there. Controlled movements. Just build the muscle. All right, tricep extensions. I got 11 reps there. That was PR. Last time I got 10, so I got 11, then I got 10 on this. So I got 10 and 10 last time. So I don't need a lot of extensions because I'm going to do them 3 days a week. Couple of really good sets, especially if I push progressive overload, because I'm doing 3 sets of benching. Okay, the benching is still triceps, but it's like, let's just build these triceps up. Because again, let's talk about shoulder health. All this stuff I've been having to do and dealing with that old impingement and range of motion, it's still about shoulder health. Let's keep the shoulders as healthy as possible. Avoid the curling, avoid the supination. Work that upper back, work on band pull-aparts, keep working on opening all of that up. So even things like the dead hang pull-ups, let's keep working on developing that, but strong shoulders or strong triceps keep shoulders safer on the benching. So again, I'm just going to tricep and upper back my way to the bigger bench, just do volume, pause work, build the chest. I want to get that bench back up as I continue to recomp. I want a bigger bench. I want to get 365 again, but I want to do it at under 200. All right, I've hit 350 this year. I'm going to work on it. So then I finished up afterwards with a set of band press downs to failure. Why? I want to make sure those tricep tendons get blood flowing, stay healthy. because if I'm going to do those extensions, we need to make sure the triceps don't get inflamed. As long as we keep that good, we're good. And the same thing, it'll help with the lockout on the bench, but I'm going to hammer those hard. Then we did a set of sled sprints to finish up to make sure we get a little GPP, make sure we get the extra leg volume we need to grow the legs. So again, yes, that's all barefoot, all barefoot. But pretty happy with today's workout. Would I have liked to got 4 reps again on the bench? Yeah, but it wasn't there today. We got it on Friday though, so we've hit that progression. We're just going to push the hard sets, and I feel like at that point I'm not doing enough benching volume. The chest volume isn't high enough to sustain that. So I think adding that set back in, keep pushing the chest volume up, and then double down on the triceps. Now my triceps could have been fatigued. That could be why from Friday, still adding those in. We'll adapt to it, but pretty happy with the workout. So I'll talk to you guys next time.